Hi everyone, welcome to POW. Laura's going to sort
Okay.
her background out. You can leave it as it is. I
I
quite
mean,
like it.
shall I just leave it? There we
It's
go.
not distracting.
No, okay. I mean,
Um,
use my
yeah,
brain.
welcome everybody. Right, I feel like we've not done one of these for absolutely for ages, and we're really aware that at the moment there's a lot of training happening, and it is very training heavy at the moment. However, there is also nothing wrong with that because you've got options and it's giving you lots of things that you can come along to. If you love training, you might be someone that wants to come along to it all. If you're like, I'm really busy, I need to pick and choose, then you've got options, which is really great. And I love that. I love that there is so much happening at the minute. So, what we're going to do, we are going to go through. Go on. Oh, you got your
Done it.
background sorted.
Done it.
We
Yeah.
are going to go through, first of all, very quickly, the planning ahead document, what's left on there still to launch this month. And then what we're going to do, we are going to spend some time actually like talking about how to increase your sales with this catalog, how to basically, make sure that you are hitting those active or your 2000, your goals that you're setting yourselves for this month. And we are going to give you all the tips. I feel like this month is already on such a cool momentum. I feel like there's a real buzz in the air, which
Absolutely.
is
And of course,
exciting.
we have the For the Love of Warmers incentive. So we want to give you some tips and tricks to obviously make sure you are sharing, like Lisa said, all the ranges from the catalogue. Not only obviously for your PRV, but to help you hit that incentive as well.
Yeah. So I'll just kick off. Let's start with the planning ahead document. So if you haven't seen it, then I am going to talk you through it. A quick glance at the month ahead. So we have some catalogue promotions. I've not even had a chance to look at these. And if I'm honest, I haven't even looked at them because there's so much to focus on right now.
Yeah.
I just want to little caveat to that is to say we understand that you might be feeling a little bit overwhelmed, and we will keep saying it. It's one bite at a time, guys. I heard this on another training and it really, really stuck with me. And I very much work the week that we're in.
Yeah.
And it's not even about the month anymore for me. It's about the week, like what is happening this week and between Monday to Sunday, what is going on this week. And I'm not going to advertise anything further on than that because if I'm honest, my mind can't cope with it. And that should be the way that you work your business. If you can work that way too, it will stop that feeling of overwhelm creeping in. So, if you are struggling with that, then that's just a little tip for you.
Absolutely. I'm exactly the same. Don't, overload your brain with too much when you don't need to, especially if it's stuff that's coming that we can't sell yet. Think about it that from a logical perspective. Like if you can't sell it, there's absolutely no point in sharing it just yet.
Well, I think as well, if you haven't got the prices for things, or
Absolutely.
we don't know how much things are going to be, or we don't know if it's definitely launching, what dates things are coming. That was the beauty of the candles dropping like they did last night, like literally like a bombshell.
No, bang, 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 bang.
Okay, so your March bundles, you've got a garden themed warmer as well as spring at St. Patrick's Day themed perennial fragrances and Scentsy bars, which are on your March product theme page. Now, what I love is what Scentsy are doing on our website now is they are giving us ways to promote things. So if you actually go and look on your website, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go and have a little look. There now is like what they call like a seasonal page. I suppose that's the only way I can describe it, and they're basically taking all things. So last month it was like spa themed. This month it's your spring theme that's coming in. Okay, like garden. You're starting to see there's a theme. It makes it easier for us if we've got a theme. We can be like, hold on a minute, like green themed Scentsy bars. We can do flowery treat bags, mystery bags. It should make your planning so much easier rather than having to be like, what am I going to do this month? Where am I going to put my
And
focus?
it totally goes in with like the Easter with all the pastel vibes. Like a couple of my customers in my WhatsApp the other day said, like, I'm just loving all the pastel that you're sharing. It's so on trend. So it all merges into what's in the shops, in all your B&Ms, your home bargains, all these type of places. If you're looking for stuff to put stuff in, there's so much of that that's like on trend with
On
that as
trend.
well.
Give me 2 secs. I've just got to turn this light off because I feel like I've got like a halo above my head.
That is okay. I have got halo reflecting on my glasses, but I don't. I need to wear them.
That's right. I needed to be in the dark. Otherwise, I could have weird shadows. It's just like weird. And I'm like, I look like I've got black eyes. which kind of fixes itself when I haven't got that light on. Okay, so limited time offers at the moment. You can subscribe for the warmer of the quarter and the scent of the month. So next month's scent of the month is Mist and Magnolia. I haven't got the scent description to hand. And the April warmer of the quarter is the Nautilus warmer, which is like the shell that, so if you are like loving that under the sea vibe, you're gonna love that.
I am just going to quickly find because somewhere today. Oh no, ignore me. It's not that scent. It's the American one. Ignore me. I was going to say it apparently smells like another Sol de Janeiro, but it's not ours. Ignore me.
Ah, okay. So on the 1st of March, hopefully you guys have all realised we have a brand new catalogue that's dropped. You also, so this is your main catalogue, perennial catalogue, it is called, that is going to last for a whole year. So if you haven't worked that out already, this is going to be with us right the way through to December. There's not going to be a new catalogue dropping in September like normal. This is it, okay? This is your buyable. This is my copy. Because it's the only one I've got right now because my catalogs still haven't shipped. They're still up posted. So the March edit, if you haven't worked that out, it's the green warmer. Okay, I can't think what it's called. Some people are calling it a Brussels sprout. Some people are saying it's limes. Some people are saying it's lemons, cucumbers. What do you think it looks like? Put it in the chat. Have any of your customers been interested in it? I sent it to a customer that I thought would absolutely love it, and she was like, "Yeah, it's nice," and that was all she said. And I was like, "Oh, maybe it's not her vibe." Like, I
I will
really
say
thought it
all
was
the
something
polls I put up the other day, most of them were like, I love it, it's not for me. That one got all zeros. All none.
Yeah, yeah. So I think it's very niche, right?
Yeah,
It's very niche. Leaping Lily Pad. There you go.
that's it.
That's what it's
Yeah.
called. We also have the March whiff box. That has probably been one of the best selling whiff boxes for me in a long time. My customers went a little bit wild on it, so I'm excited for that to start shipping. Haven't had mine yet. And then we've got that beautiful pink Heart of Hope charitable cause warmer that's got like the corrugated edges. It's really deep. It looks, from what I read today, someone put today, it's really heavy. And was that you, Claire Evenden? Did you put that? Someone said that theirs had arrived today and said it was just such good quality, really, really good quality. I haven't even shared that warmer yet, so I'm going
No,
to
I
share that
haven't
tomorrow.
actually, no.
Yeah, that is on my list. Hey Ray Ray. On the 5th of March, we had the Easter collection drop. I think probably with the new catalogue, the Easter collection is probably like been a little bit like subdued. It doesn't, I
Like
don't feel like
overlooked a
it's
little
been
bit.
quite,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But I think that's probably just because there's so much happening right now, and it's just trying to find our feet with where we are with all these different collections. Um, then last night we had a few things launched. We had the Walt Disney World Castle, which is a pre-sale. I absolutely love that we're doing pre-sales for these big warmers because one of my customers was like, I am going to pre-order that and I'm going to save. And I was like, amazing. Was that the charity warmer? Yes, Claire, it was the charity
The
warmer.
pink one.
Yeah. So the Disney Castle has launched the pre-sale for that. It is £40 for a deposit. Then I think it's £167 off the top of my head, and then 202 if it includes, you want the whole bundle that includes the brick. I don't know how I've just remembered those prices, but I think that is right. Um, and then we had Luna and Petals and Peaches candles launched last night. So tell me what you're thinking about candles. How are your customers feeling? Was there a general excitement about them? My customers were buzzing. So I didn't have any negativity. I have seen some.
No, I've sold a few. I sold a couple more today, so I've sold six in total, but I had a lot of I'll have one when clothesline comes, I'll have one when clothesline comes, put me one
Same.
down for clothesline.
Yeah, I think people are waiting for clothesline to come in a candle. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
And I think by then we would have been able to burn them, take photos, all of that jazz. We will have a review on Scentfro as well, which I think is really, really important.
Yeah.
Um, okay, 16th of March. This is a really important date for your diary. Have you
All
got
right.
Gilmore Girls collection redemptions? Have you got people that pre-ordered? If you have, Emma London, I think you spring to mind. I'm sure you sold like thousands of them. But if you have got those, this is the month you're going to get the PRV, guys. The hard work is going to be coming this month. It feels like that was forever ago that we had that whole Gilmore Girls like crazy. So that redemption is happening. So make sure if you have got pre-sales for that, reach out to your customers, let them know that the 16th is when they can pay the rest of the money. I've already had a conversation with my customer and she was like, don't worry, Lisa, I've got the money in an account saved and ready to go. So reach out to those people. And that is PRV that you kind of did all the hard work for many moons ago. And then we've got keep your eyes peeled for some announcements for these up and coming products. Harry Potter Butterbeer products are coming out the vault. I am buzzing for that because I've got a customer that is literally
Oh,
waiting
There's
to
Angel.
put that on club.
yeah, absolutely.
There's
I remember
Angel.
as soon as that came last
Thank
time.
him out to tell him it'll be 5 minutes. He was round
Oh,
locking the front door
guys,
there.
someone's not muted. Can you mute him? I think
Yeah.
it's iPhone. I don't know who it is.
Yeah.
Eh?
I don't know how to mute. Oh, hang
I
on.
don't know.
Just mute yourselves, guys, if you can. That's great.
Yeah, apologies.
Um,
Yeah, if you could mute yourselves while I work out how to mute all.
how long have they got to pay for it? I'm not actually
Longer.
too sure, Ray. I will try and find that out before the end of the call for you. Um,
Right, Lee, sorry, I've muted everybody. You'll need to unmute yourself.
She cut me off. Will there
Love.
be any more Gilmore Girls to buy? At the moment, Karen, I don't think so. However, watch this space because if everybody doesn't redeem, they may have some available that may go back onto sale. So just keep your eye on that. Anna said she thinks there's a month to redeem. So
I was going to say, like,
I
I've seen
think
it
that was
somewhere.
roughly last time we had a pre-sale. What did we have a pre-sale for? And it was roughly about a month, but I can't remember what that was for.
Yeah, have a
We've
look.
also got the garden bouquet fragrance flowers, which are going to be launching this month. Clothesline and Amazon Rain candles are going to be dropping at some point. Um, and obviously anything else that Scentsy decide to throw into the mix. I will just add on that as well. The last thing on that is the join promotion that is running. And if you haven't seen it, we are going to talk about it briefly tonight, but there are many options. We now have all these different options. £9. I can't remember what they are off the top of my head. All the different, the host kit. You've got the normal
I'm
rate
going.
£5 kit, and then there's a middle range one. I want to say 40 or 60 something pounds. And they are new options which are staying. They're going to be like a bit more of a long-term thing.
Yeah, so you've got the signature starter kit, which is £85. You've got the host kit, obviously, for £50. You've got the essential starter kit for 65, and then you've got the smart start for £9. And obviously, you've all always got a host kit that you can discount
Always.
as to whatever credit you've got available.
Okay, and then within that, this month started our incentive, which is called For the Love of Warmers, which, if you haven't seen already, this is something that every single person on this call tonight, every single one of you can achieve this. Okay, you have got the best part of 4 months, I think, off the top of my head, to sell four warmers, one from each collection and then get active each month. If you get active each month in the incentive, plus you sell all four of the warmers, you're going to get points for the incentive, for the next incentive. You are also going to get a Scentsy branded item. We don't know what that is. It just says branded, Scentsy branded merch. And then you'll probably get some recognition at SFR as well. And also, how nice will that be to sell four of the brand new warmers? I will just add on that, if you're not sure, you can also use host credits for that. So if you're
Can.
closing parties, that's something that you can do, even if it's, you can use your host credits for. So if you're not aware of that, you can do that. But it has to be one from each of the different, like, what are they called?
Sections.
What are they called? Each of
Line.
the different. Heidi Norville hinted that the Scentsy branded merch would be clothing. I've already got two. Well done, Katrina. And you,
And if
yes,
you haven't looked at it, guys, on your you can't, it's like literally reflecting, but on your incentive tab on your dashboard, if you go on there, it literally breaks it all down for you, and then it's all on the incentive tab as well. So make sure you go and check that out on your incentive tab as well.
yeah. And then that leads us quite nicely into the focus of moving into the catalogue. So how we're really getting the PRV, because that has probably been a starting point for me was, well, do you know what? The waxes, we haven't got that many, right? We haven't got a huge amount of waxes launching. So this was my starting point for me. This was where I've wanted to put my focus right at the very beginning. I'd say you probably did as well, Laura, didn't you?
Oh, absolutely. Well, and yeah, definitely it was wax straight away.
Wax.
Is that what you mean?
No, warmers.
Warmers, sorry, I mean warmers, sorry. Yeah. Oh my God, literally, that's what I meant.
That's
You know
so funny.
why? I
It was
was
like as if she zoned out and was like, I
no,
don't know what she's talking
no.
about.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you where my brain went. I know we were talking about warmers. I was thinking about when we come on to talk about wax. Italian Sunshine has been a really good seller, and how I reached out to people that love Italian Sunshine. I was like, I was on the next step, and that's what came out of my mouth.
She was already ahead. She was already ahead. She wasn't expecting me to ask her to agree with
Honestly,
me.
brain.
Okay, so this is the
Warmers.
point. If once you've got your diaries, this is the point. Grab your pen and paper because we are going to give you now some pointers of things that you can be doing right now that are going to help you to really sell this new catalog. Okay, for me, right, we're going to start off with warmers. That's where I'm starting. Little
Like
warmers. Okay.
warmers.
So, for me, I felt like that the warmers are such a pinnacle part of our catalog this year, and a lot of my brain. This is where my brain sort of went. It was like I've got a lot of customers that have had the same warmers
Yeah.
for a really long time. Hands up if you've got customers that are probably sitting on warmers that are like, I mean, I've got down there like a pinhole paisley. I don't even remember what year that was. That was a while back. And somebody gave me a Tudor warmer the other day, and then the rainbow one that looks like the Queen Diamond. There's a rainbow. Do you remember
Yeah, yeah,
those warmers?
yeah.
And they gave me those to send back to Scentsy, right? And I was like, wow, some of these warmers are like really old. So for me, right now, it's about really homing in on the warmers and putting some focus on there. Now, Georgie shared something that she did in her WhatsApp group last night. I don't know whether Georgie's on, but she shared this. I don't think she is actually. She's sorting her car out. She shared in our group. Laura, I don't know whether you've shared this. If you haven't, share this into Glitter Sparkle. She did a warmer showcase last night in her WhatsApp group, and it has triggered a couple of sales of warmers. But not only that, she did a lot of polls in her WhatsApp group, which led to people voting on what they loved out of, and she literally split it into the four different new categories. So she split it into like enliven and then inspire, and gave them the opportunity to vote on what they loved, sharing real life images always and any videos that she had. And do you know what? The interaction in her group was absolutely phenomenal. Like I was literally watching it and thinking, why have I got like 5,000 notifications from her WhatsApp group? But she also made quite a few sales off the back of it in her WhatsApp group. And I just thought it was brilliant because not only that, she said, I'm now going to schedule all of these posts in my customer group, and that's just given me a whole load of content to just post in there for all the people that are not in my WhatsApp group. And it's triggered sales. So if you're not thinking about things like this, you're not doing things like this, then put this in your things to do list because
Definitely.
honestly, I'm like, I loved it. I thought it was absolute gold.
Yeah,
Really gold.
I will share that. I haven't shared that actually. But that is actually like a concise version of what I shared the other day, what I did on Sunday throughout the weekend. I didn't mark it as a showcase, but I probably should have done. It's just sharing the polls with the different warmers on and then reaching out to people and offering the 10% off. Like we can bundle together with the waxes. But that is actually such a good idea, guys. Is like Lisa said, to condense it into a showcase because people are there and they're present and it just builds that conversation. It's that herd mentality. If people see people sharing and then like you just said, if they're getting notifications going, oh, what's gone in there? Like I need to go and have a look. And
Yeah.
what I would say is don't be scared to share the warmers, basically. I do think sometimes some of you, from conversations that I've had, do hold back from like sharing the products that you might think are a little bit expensive or you think, oh well that person, they're not going to be interested in that. Share them. It's not our job to decide who wants to buy what, it's our job to share them. And I'll be honest, on the first when we launched, we had family down visiting and I was kind of like out of action all day. So I'd scheduled a couple of things. And then in the evening, I literally went into both my group and my WhatsApp, shared a few of the warmers, and I saw the mushrooms straight away. Like one lady was like, right, I love that. And I'm not gonna go like, oh, I was surprised because I know how amazing our products are. But it was that feeling of, oh, imagine if I'd just gone in and shared a wax six pack, like I've probably done for the rest of the month. So don't be frightened or don't put preconceived ideas in your mind that think, oh, people are not going to order that. It's our job to share what we have. So whatever you focus on is what people are gonna buy basically. So yeah, don't be scared to share the warmers.
I love that because I think a lot of us do get into that habit. Like when I think about, I remember Ria's training that she did for us before,
Yes.
and she talked about like that preconceived not sharing diffusers. And I was
Yeah.
like, been there, done it. And I still feel like I go through phases like that now. And
Yeah.
same as you, Laura, like selling a couple of warmers at the start of this season. And somebody messaged me today and said, have you got any warmers available in stock to order? And she's bought one of my warmers from stock. But again, I feel like sometimes we think that because everybody's buying wax regularly, they don't want warmers. So then we automatically share
Mm.
the wax. We're automatically six pack treat bags, and we forget that actually we've got this whole product. We need to find that belief back in the product, no matter what the price is, because there's going to be
I
somebody and
yeah.
everywhere that will
I had
buy
a lady actually when I was at Lisa's last week. She ordered the what is over there? What's the circular one called? The sand.
linear.
Yeah. And it was she has been my customer for like 4 years, and she's only ever bought no, I tell a lie. She bought a really old, like an old one years ago. She hasn't bought one for ages, but she ordered one of those because she was like, I have been waiting for Scentsy to bring out something like this. Like, I love the branding, I love all the new stuff. She's like, this is like totally my vibe, but I've never seen a warmer. But again, had I not shared that, she would not have seen that. So people are watching, and it's all very new and very niche, but there's people out there for that market. So make sure that you are sharing them.
Yeah. Gather as many images. Top tip for you. Like you're now getting a lot of the new warmers and now people are starting to get them. So starting to take real images in their homes. Real life warmer images will sell a warmer over,
Mhm.
a catalogue image. Although our catalogue images are absolutely stunning now in comparison to what we used to get.
Yeah.
Um, but you are more likely, if you've got something in your home that is going to be like, I find 9 times out of 10, if I go live with something that I've got, that is when I'm more likely to sell it. So don't be afraid to take pictures of your warmers in your home, share those. And as you're seeing images of the new warmers shared, save them, put them in a folder on your phone called warmers, and then make sure you're sharing them regularly. Start to download those images, start to think, okay, I need to share a warmer a day. Why not? Why not? Because I think there's probably lots of you that if you go and look through your group, yes, you might be sharing some of the warmers now because they're new, but probably you haven't done for best part of good 6 months easily. So that's definitely something to think.
Yeah, absolutely. And guys, sorry, forgive me. What I meant when I mentioned the 10% off a moment ago is remember when you obviously bundle a six pack together on your websites, you get 10% off a warmer. So you can obviously offer that saving onto your customers. When you're bundling your wax together that you've ordered, you can offer somebody 10% off a warmer. So if that gets, a customer that's never had a warmer or gets a warmer into their home, amazing. Obviously, you can only do that as private message or it's a personal special. But definitely utilize that opportunity.
I do that every time I sell a six pack.
Yeah.
I just post in my WhatsApp customer group. I literally put a little message in my WhatsApp group and I just put, I've just unlocked a warmer, 10% off, first come, first served. You can have it off any warmer in the catalogue, including clearance. And they go nearly every single time. It means that every time I'm placing an order that's got a six pack of wax on it, I pretty much upsell for the extra 10% warmer. If you get into a habit of thinking that every time you sell a six pack of wax, I've just unlocked a warmer at 10%.
Yeah.
Imagine if you upsold a mini warmer minimum every time you sold a six pack of wax. Your actual order is going to it's going to skyrocket. It is going to skyrocket. Okay.
Sorry, I was
Okay,
just reading the comments.
moving.
I was just checking. Won't we
No,
see?
I could see you reading. So moving into let's talk about wax. I know Laura was
Sorry,
ready to
I
talk
was
about
already
wax.
there.
And we have like this smaller list of wax now. And obviously you've got new waxes. What are your thoughts, feelings on the new waxes? How are you finding them? Any feedback is always good to grab. Any feedback you're getting from customers as well. What I love is that we've got so many really good returning
Yeah.
fragrances that are staying long term. Do you want to know what is a really good fragrance? And I've just done the stickers of it today to go in my sample packs. Was coconut blossoms. I actually forgot how good that wax is.
Yeah.
Honestly,
That was a scent
I'm
of the month,
like,
wasn't
I
it?
need to order it in abundance. Yeah,
Yeah, that was a scent of the month.
absolutely gorgeous. So what I've been doing this week is starting to really think about. So this is going to be more for those of you that have been around for a little while. If you are brand new, you might find this a little bit more difficult, but it can still work. So things that I've been doing is really paying attention to some of the waxes that are returning that were really, really popular, like Sunshine Mango, for example, Rhubarb and Lemon. For me as well, Italian Sunshine, like you
Yeah,
said, Laura.
such a
Um, and even like Blueberry Cheesecake, right, which is an old school favorite that some of my customers absolutely loved. And really spending that time each day to
cherry
message
limeade.
five,
That's been another really popular one.
yeah, cherry limeade, to literally spend 5 minutes just picking out five or six customers to message and let them know that particular wax is back in the catalogue. So it's just almost spotlighting certain waxes, and that isn't necessarily in my customer group. This is one to one. For me, this is very one to one. So, like, I messaged one of my customers. I was like, "Hey, Tracy, don't know whether you've seen, but Sunshine Mango's back, and it's actually available in everything in the catalogue. That's intentional." And she was like, "Oh my God, I love Sunshine Mango. I've got to have a 6 pack of it. And do you do it in pods now?" And I was like, "Yes, we do." And a fragrance flower and all the rest of it. So that, for example, was a really easy, simple conversation, and knowing what your customers love. That is a game changer, so that you can target follow up with people rather than just sending mass messages letting everybody know that Sunshine Mango's come back and maybe only two of your customers are going to be really interested in that. If you target that and actually really target them, they are then going to feel quite special because you've remembered something about them, and they're more likely to buy. So that's definitely something that you can think about.
Definitely. Starburst Sky, that's been another really popular one. But yeah, cherry limeade, I had two customers in particular that they'd always said if cherry limeade ever comes back. So I messaged them and they both ordered. Like Lisa just said, it's about building relationships and getting to know your customers and remembering. I had somebody actually the other day, it was somebody that had been a consultant. She actually asked me about a wax. I'd ever only seen it in a Bring Back My Bites from 2014 before I was even a consultant. So I've made a note of that now. I've remembered, well, I say I've remembered it, it's in my diary, what it's called. So again, if that ever comes back in the Bring Back My Bar, so it's just getting to know your customers and building, building those relationships with them. Blueberry Rush, that's another one. That's a really, really popular one. Sorry, I'm just scrolling through well because my only catalogue is out in my bar bag.
I've got mine right in front of me. Okay, so what's also a good idea, guys, is if you pick out returning scents that you love, you can add those to sample into your orders this month. So for me, I've gone through the catalogue and I was like, right, what stickers have I got? And I've got loads of these stickers because the majority of the new scents that are in our catalogue were a lot of the returning scents, sorry, was scent of the months. So
Yeah.
at some point, you've probably got the stickers for things like coconut blossoms. That was a scent of the month. I'm trying to think what other ones were scent of the months. There's quite a few in here.
Mm,
What else was?
by the Sea, that was a scent of the month once upon a time.
By the Sea. That was a really old scent of the month.
Really, really old scent of the month.
Really
I'm
old scent of
literally
the month.
using petals and peaches now to put on my
Yes,
scent, to put on
Yes, that
my
was a
scent of
scent
the
of the
month
month.
wax club because that comes in a candle. So
I
I
know.
literally dug them out.
Brilliant. I've done exactly the same. I dug them out today to go on my samples, Emma.
Yeah.
And so some of you guys, yeah, Blue Skies and Bergamot, definitely go through some of your stickers that you might have laying around, because I know I don't always use a 4 pack of stickers. I've got literally a folder that's got loads of stickers in it. And I started to go through to sort of work out, oh, what can I sample? Have you got any old wax bars that are laying about that are in that list that you can pull out of your wax stash and be like, hold on a minute, I've got a cube of blueberry cheesecake that I've been saving since 1999. Can you pull that out and, sample that out to your customers? Because this is going to be, especially if you've got new customers that weren't around when Petals and Peaches came out, that weren't, I've got customers that I know definitely haven't probably had coconut blossoms because they're brand new. In the last year, they have, come to me, they are new customers. So they wouldn't have tried these things. I think sometimes as well, we're like, oh, it's a returning scent. Everyone would have smelt that. Don't think like that. Don't
No.
assume. You can't assume.
And
You can't assume.
also, even if they were around, they might not necessarily have smelt it. I was a consultant for a lot of years and I'd never, ever, ever smelt kiwi fruit. And I had this conversation with Lisa and she was like, what? Gave me a cube, warmed it, loved it. I'm talking like 2 or 3 years and I was a consultant. So don't assume your customers have smelt everything. Again, literally just yesterday, one of my very, 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 very best customers, she got the Luna a body cream with her flowers and she messaged me. She's like, why have I never bought Luna in a wax? And she's ordered a Luna treat bag today. She's like, I absolutely love it. So again, just people can be a customer for a long time and there's always new opportunities even within your current customers.
Ray Ray, coconut blossom is quite perfumey. It reminds me of an actual perfume, but I can't put my finger on what it is. So if anybody knows what the perfume is that it resembles, please comment, because I keep smelling it and thinking I think it's got like a bit of a Tommy girl vibe to it, but I don't know whether that's just like, I'm just imagining that. I need to like go and stick my nose in a
Nikki's
bath.
never warmed kiwi fruit either.
And Tammy said mix it with jammy time. I mean, that's just rude, because you can't do that to me.
That is like swearing to Lisa. Don't say that.
Can't do that. Absolutely not. Okay, so other ways to bring in your PRV. If your borrow bag is not out, I did a post on it today. Get your borrow bag booked out. Now, if it's like mine still doesn't have the new samples because mine are still sitting at posted. I was that person this year. So what I have done is I have dug out my box, which is under my desk, which has got about 995,000 wax samples in it. And I have been through it and I'm like, right, where's all the old returning samples? Got out as many as I could, and I have bodged together a sample tester bag. And I have got my 3 samples from World Tour, and I have got my 1 catalogue. They're not getting that one. They have got a digital version of it. And I have got that out, and I have been booking it out like a good one with my customers. Just sending direct messages, one-to-one. Do you want these? As I drop off your order, I can drop off the new testers for you to have a smell. That's the thing they really want to smell. They want to get their nose in the new ones.
Yeah, I did exactly that on Saturday. I lent this is the person from 2014 that actually used to be a consultant, had a cream diamond that was faulty. She got one of my warmers out of the World Tour kit. Obviously, I'll be honest, what I put mine in, I literally went through and I had one of the little drawstring bags that we got the Valentine's collection in. She had some like bestsellers in there, the 3 new ones, and then some full cubes of some of the new waxes that I had. And that led to a warmer order, 6-pack of wax, and then she also ordered a candle last night as well. And I don't have, and the 1 catalogue that I've got. I need to pick that back up tomorrow.
Brilliant.
What sort of things? I was just going to say, like, don't worry if you haven't. Just to reiterate what Lisa said, like, don't worry if you haven't got all singing or dancing. People want to smell something. Remember, they don't know what we know. I know we know what all the possibilities, but as long as they can see something, smell something, warm something, they're going to love it. They've then got your website or the digital version to look at.
Exactly that. Testers, Karen, a warmer if they've never had Scentsy before. I normally put in a catalogue or 2 and a couple of order forms. It doesn't need to be complicated. If they're an existing customer, I would just give them your tester bag and a catalogue. I literally keep it really, really simple. I used to have an all singing, all dancing borrow bag, which I do for brand new people. However, if they've had Scentsy before, they get the bog standard basic, because really 9 times out of 10 they want to look at the catalogue, they want to smell the scents. I mean, don't get me wrong, as and when a candle comes, I probably will put one of those in my borrow bag, and I will say to people, test it out for 2 days and give them an opportunity to turn it on, try the fragrance. You know, that's the beauty that we have got. However, you know, I keep my borrow bags really, really, really simple. The best product you can put in your borrow bag is a pod diffuser, or a like mini fan, or a wall fan diffuser, or a quad of some description, because you can't get our pods anywhere else, so they have to keep coming back to you. That is always my top tip for a borrow bag. If like
Scentsy
you are
Fresh, they were added pop Scentsy Fresh mine, because again they have a little spray, Scentsy Fresh room spray if you've got one. But yeah, simplicity always.
If you're struggling to get your borrow bag out, guys, advertise it in lots of places. I told my team today, go onto your local buy and sell sites, go onto your local school Facebook group if you've got one, if you've got a Facebook WhatsApp group for all the mums, or the dancing mums, the football mums. Take it to football with you, take it to dancing with you, take it to, you know, your knitting club, wherever you're going. Take your borrow bag with you. It's like a party on the go. And just give it to people. Just say, would you mind having a little smell of this? Don't post it. Wait for somebody to say yes, because honestly, guys, you might be there for weeks. So you've literally got to take that bag with you. Get it on the move with you. Have it in your car at all times wherever you go, so that you can give it to people. Don't leave it with them any longer than 3 days maximum, unless they're promising that they're going to take it around all their friends and bring you orders. Because let's be honest, if you've got 1 borrow bag and it's with someone for a whole week, potentially that can go to 4 people in a month.
Yeah.
Now, if you actually did that every 2 to 3 days, you could get that out to possibly 10 people in a month. If all of them gave you a £50 order, 10 people give you a £50 order, that's £500 in orders by the end of the month.
And
it's
say
not
to
hard work.
people, like say for example, you're dropping it off on a Monday. I'm gonna need this back on Wednesday because it's booked out to somebody else. Even if it's not, it builds that urgency, and also then you're putting it out into the universe that it is going to get booked out with somebody else. So treat it like a business, and then the customer isn't then going to walk in, leave it on the side, and forget about it because you've built the urgency by telling them that you need it back.
Absolutely. And I think there's also that thing of, guys, if you can drop it to someone and get them to share it with friends and family, that's where the magic happens. It becomes like a party on the go.
Yeah.
And that's where you're going to meet new customers. And we want that. We want that. Okay. We really do.
I actually, now I'm going to be totally honest, nothing came from this because he actually couldn't do it. But I had a man from my gym ended up taking my borrow bag into his office into London for me because I challenged him to do it. Nothing came from it, unfortunately, but it could have done. So you just never know. So what I mean is opportunity is everywhere.
It is. Right, okay, talking about like partying and on the go, that's going to lead me into this one. So at the moment, things that are really working for me are two versions of old. Okay, so again, if you're new, bear with me on this one, okay, because you're just going to have to think a little bit outside the box. So for me, I am spending quite a lot of time at the minute messaging two types of old people, and I'm not talking about your pensioners, okay? I am talking about old customers that customed with me right from the very beginning. I have been going back on my contacts on my workstation and looking at who was ordering right at the very beginning and really homing in on those as customers. And the same with, I've had quite a few team members that have left over the years. And that, for example, brought me in a whole active order. She literally did a party with her old customers, and I wasn't there. It wasn't a party. All she did was sent them a text message and said, does anybody want to order 6 bars of wax? I'm going to put it through my old sponsor. And out of that, I've got 6 new customers, and one of which has come back and ordered a warmer directly with me. And it has been really, really lucrative. So if you have been here a while and you know people that used to be consultants or you used to have team members that have signed up with you and maybe they've put in an active order once upon a time, they're the people to start with to reach out, because I have offered this particular old teamie to come back, and she said to me, no, Lisa, I literally just want to be a customer. But I am happy with that because in return, she's bought me 6, 7, 8 new customers. And I literally put all of her orders in bags, took it in a box, dropped it off in one box. It was literally like doing a party. And it was so simple. It was so easy. And she's now got host rewards ready and waiting to go. So for me, if I was to do that like once every 2 or 3 months with her, that's just like it's somebody that I can now think party, because she's got all of those people, those customers. So if you're not doing that, please do.
Definitely. And what I was going to say was, and at the moment, that person has said they don't want to come back, but that might not, things do change. So if that person actually realizes, hang on a minute, I can do this, and this is really simple, and actually it doesn't need to, they might come back as a consultant. So again, it's just about keeping that relationship going. The customers are still being serviced and getting their Scentsy, obviously getting the products out there to them, and it's still keeping that relationship, which may then grow back into being the consultant.
Yeah, you just don't know, do you? You just don't know. Other things that are really working are things like, really, guys, ramping up your own personal usage. And I know this sounds like crazy, right? It's not crazy. I know that when I am not using Scentsy as much,
100%.
I noticed that my sales dip. Now, I actually had a little thought to myself today as I was changing my wax for like the 20th time this week. And the thought to myself was, Jesus, if I wasn't a Scentsy consultant, I could not afford to basically feed my own addiction. I could not afford it. Okay. How many of you could not afford to buy Scentsy if it wasn't for selling it because of your freebies? Because I know I couldn't.
100%.
I couldn't. The amount of Scentsy Fresh I go through, the amount of counter clean I go through, the amount of wax I go through, the pods, the amount my kids use, Mike uses, right? Okay. It's a perk of our job, right? It's a perk of what we get to do. However, every time, let me ask this question then. How many times a day are you using a Scentsy product at some point in your day? how many times a day? 4? Some of you like 2 at least. Maybe like you get in your car, you've got fragrance in your car, you've changed your wax, maybe you put your diffuser on, your air purifier
Fresh.
might go on at night, you wipe down your sides so your counter's clean. Right, I've just given you 5 examples of 5 different points in your day that you could take a picture, take a video, take a a 3-second video, post it on your stories, post it in your customer group, post it on your page. There is 5 points of contact. If you come to me and say, Lise, I don't know what to post right now, my answer is going to be go and use your Scentsy right now. Go and use scents that are in the catalogue. Okay, you don't have to buy anything new. I can guarantee that most of you have got an Amazon Rain or a Clothesline or a World Traveller or a Jammy Time or something knocking about at home that is in this catalogue. Show your customers you using it, because I bet, if you're honest with yourself, most of you don't take a picture every time you use Scentsy. Be honest with me, do you? Because I know I don't always.
Not every time.
I try to, right? So that's my challenge for you between now to next week. I want you to try it for a week. Just every time you change your wax, every time you get in your car and you adjust your pod, or you put a new pod on, or you hang up a new scent circle, every time you use your counter clean, your Scentsy Fresh, whatever it is you're using, take a picture, take a video of it, post it. You don't have to post it there and then if like you're busy, but when you sit down for 5 minutes, post it, schedule it, whatever, because I can guarantee you your sales will go up when you start showing your customers more of what you're using as opposed to just trying to sell to them.
And even if you're getting in your car and you're putting your pod in, even if it's not a new pod, you can say it's a new pod. Get in your car, you've got your mini fan. If you don't want to put your face on it, just literally video yourself popping a pod in. It literally takes a second. Pop it on your stories, share the website link, or people can message you. Like, it literally takes seconds. But again, it's just building it into a habit.
Yeah. And do you know what, Laura? This is what reminded me of this today. Somebody wrote in one of the groups something that I used. She was talking about trust, and how when we went through like our hypergrowth, there was a real trust with the brand because everybody was using it and everybody was talking about it. Now, we're all still using it, believing in it, trusting in it, loving it, but we've probably stopped sharing as much. Now, I remember a habit that Laura Sawkins had every single day.
I know what you're going to say, and there's a reason why I don't do it.
Okay. She would video on her stories every single day.
Yeah.
What's your reasoning for not doing it?
Because in this house, there are no plugs where I can plug in a mini warmer. I hate it. There's no, I still get up every day and I walk into my kitchen and I go, can't put my mini warmer on. So when I move, and that will be back, that habit will be back. Don't you worry about that. So
yeah, even you used to do it with your obsidian as well.
Yeah, I know. I did. I should start.
And I thought about it. I just thought about it, and I thought, do you know what? That was a habitual story that every day people would see us turning out. So there's your challenge for the
every
week.
day. I need to do
every
that.
day
In the morning now. You'll see it again.
First thing in the morning, I want you to get your phone, video you turning your warmers on. You don't have to be in it. It can be your hand.
Literally, ping.
Amazing. Yeah. Turn them on every day and video it every day.
And because the thing is, think about this, because I did see another superstar director share this on her personal profile today, and it's so true, and we've both said this to you all before. If somebody went to your social media, whether that's your Instagram, your Facebook, I don't use TikTok, but your TikTok, do they know you're a Scentsy consultant? Truthfully, if somebody went to your social media, would they know that you even sell Scentsy? I know 100% if you went down mine, they would. They're like, oh my God, she's talking about Scentsy again. But I don't care. I want, if people mention my name, I want them to think about Scentsy. Is that the case with you? If that's not the case, then that might be something to think about. If people don't know that you sell something or offer an opportunity, how are they going to know? They're not a mind reader.
Are they coming to you and seeing like positive things? Are they coming to your posts and seeing like positivity there? That's like, and you switching on your warmers every day. Yeah. I do. We are now thinking about that. How many of you are now thinking about that? I bet you.
Do you know what it is? Very habitual. Once I do it once, that'll be it. It'll be back. Ping, 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 ping. But again, it's making it a habit, guys. It's making it something that you do without thinking. And once you do something without thinking and it's so ingrained in you, yeah, you'll just do a lot. Yeah, mine are Sawkins-Scentsy, but probably not enough. The thing is, when it comes to social media as well, what you got to remember is, and again, this is a mindset thing. Not everybody sees everything you post. So I know a lot of you will be thinking, oh, I only posted 2 hours ago. I don't want to post again. The person that sees that post that you posted 2 hours ago might not necessarily, you might not come up in the feed of the next person. And even if you do, so what? Like, it's your social media. You can post whatever the heck you want. So don't ever worry about posting too much or too many people seeing, or, but yeah, they're definitely, if you're not sharing Scentsy on your personal profile, you're never going to reach new people.
Love it. I've just seen, hold on. I've just seen that we have got on our workstation, it dropped on this week about there's a training lesson on the Scentsy Solo.
Oh
Must
yeah.
must mean it's going to be coming soon, guys. I've just seen it on when I was just scrolling through the news tab, and I was like, oh, there's a little training lesson on find new customers with the fragrance cartridge Solo. So that's exciting. And that only dropped on our website. So there is. We'll talk about that in a minute, guys. But also on your workstation, which is going to help you with all of this, if you're not noticing, go and have a look and scroll through your news tab, because there are now videos on there with things like there's, for example, the Walt Disney World Cinderella Castle. There's an actual video on there now where you can go and watch the video, and they talk you through all of the different parts of the castle, so that if you get asked questions, you can watch it and you can learn. It's a little bit like you just asked, what about the Solo? You can go and watch and read all the information on it. You're not going to ask me. I'm not going to tell you how much it is. I'm not going to tell you anything about it, because I don't know either. I'm going to go and learn from the workstation like you guys are. And it's things like that which is going to improve. You're going to become like knowledgeable of these different products, which again is in turn going to help you sell more of them. So that's just something to think about.
Absolutely. I just want to reference what Nikki said in the comments, because I do feel that this is something that comes up time and again when I'm talking to teamies. Nikki's said, I post loads and worry about people getting fed up. I mean this with love and with kindness. Why? Why do those people do not pay your bills, do not feed your children, do not pay for your holidays? You need to, it's a skill that we all need to work on. But if people don't want to see things, they can scroll on by. If people don't want to see your social media, they can unfriend you. They are not your people. The purpose, if you want to really grow your business as a Scentsy consultant, is thinking as an entrepreneur. And if people are not your people, they may unfriend you, but were they your friend in the first place? And I mean that with kindness, but if you can't worry about what people think, otherwise you'll never do anything in this life.
Absolutely. Right, okay, guys, we're just going to move into there are so many things that are happening right now that are going to give you extra boost in PRV, but I really, really want to touch on recruitment before and sponsoring before we do sign off. And we've only got about 12 minutes before we're in the hour, and ideally
Julie, I will message you and answer that question afterwards. It's just, but it's all on your workstation as well about the incentive.
I think there's a list of them somewhere.
Yeah.
There is a list. So I just want to briefly talk about all the different starter kits. And if you haven't been able to have a look, I'd love you to go onto your website, click on Become a Consultant, and have a little look, because they've changed the layout, which I'm really, really pleased about. I'm going to message Gary and just give him some love, because a little while back I messaged him and I was like, Gary, the way our join, it doesn't make any sense, and we need to change this. And they have listened, which I really, really love. And it just feels it flows now. Like that part of the website really, really flows. And I feel like it's a great time to try and encourage you guys to all start to sponsor. Now, I'm hoping that lots of you that are on this call tonight are like, do you know what? I do want to sponsor. I really, really do. I'm just a little bit scared. I don't know who to ask. I don't really know what the kits are. And that might be the case. And there might be some of you that are like, absolutely not, don't want to sponsor, don't want a team, not interested, but I'm here for everything else. And if that is you, that's absolutely fine. Like we meet you where you are. But I don't want to not talk about sponsoring, because I think it's such a huge focus right now for everybody, for all of us, including me and Laura. We're like in the trenches with you on this.
Absolutely. But and also what I just want to add on to that is like absolutely as Lisa said, like you may think sponsoring is not for you. I was never going to sponsor a team with Scentsy. So don't be worried about giving it a try because you never know what might happen. If you know, there's no pressure to do it if you really, really don't want to, but have a read, have a look, have a you know, because some in conversation it might just pop up with somebody and they might say to you, like, can I join? And you're like, yeah, all right, why not? So
Yeah,
yeah,
why not?
why not?
So there is lots of options. As Laura said earlier, we've now got a Smart Start option, which is just £9. I actually sent an email out to my customers today to say, and this is how I'm positioning the £9 kit. I am positioning it as you've already got lots of Scentsy. You can have your own account for just £9. So other network marketing companies do this where they do like a preferred account option,
Yeah,
where it's basically like where you can say you can become, and I very much think it's really important that we're homing in on this right now, that it's okay to be a customer and just have your own account, even if it's only for a year. It doesn't matter. Okay, even if it's only for a year. I mean, I am reminding people you only need one active order for the whole year. And then it doesn't matter whether you just get paid on your Scentsy Club. Like that is what I think the Smart Start options for. I have sent an email today that I said to my customers, if you want to get your own customer account, you will get 3 coupons for £20 off for £100 orders, for your first 3 £100 orders. And I think you've got to think of it like that. The £9 option is like for every customer. Imagine if every single one of your customers had their own account so that every time they see something in the clearance they wanted, they could just go on and order the clearance stuff. Or every time their club was going to come out, they're going to get paid cash back on their club. And it's kind of just, you know, explaining that to people, showing them that this is a different way to look at it. Yes, okay, somebody might join and decide they want a whole big business with a £9 Smart Start kit. Absolutely. If they've got a lot of Scentsy in their home, then it's there for them, isn't it? However, I just think it's a great tool for your customers as a customer account. And it's also a great starting point for conversation to say to people, you can join for just £9 this month. We can't always say that. We can't always advertise that publicly. It's less than a, you know, McDonald's these days.
I was gonna say it's
McDonald's.
literally less than a couple of coffees. Like it's literally like nothing.
Yeah.
Julie Ray Ray's just shared the incentive criteria in the comments, I think. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. There you go.
Thank you. Okay, then your next kit, we've got the Essential Starter Kit, which has basically got a warmer, testers, stickers, scent circles, waxes. It's got the is it called the Lustra warmer? I think
Lustra.
it's called, which is really pretty. And you've got catalogs. You also get the vouchers. I love on the website now, they've actually put how much the value of each kit is so
Yeah.
that we don't have to be going, oh, could someone add that up for me? You don't need that anymore. It actually says it on the actual website now with really good pictures as well
Yeah.
of each of the kits. And then we've also got the host kit and your reinstatement kit, which has changed. Again, that looks so much better than it did previously. Again, host kit, we've got a whole training on that, guys, but it's a great, if somebody says to me, can I sign up for £9? I personally would give them a host kit for £9, me personally.
Yeah.
Because I would rather somebody start with all of that than nothing. But that's just me personally.
How much can they earn? Sorry, Deb, that hasn't. How much can they earn for how many
20.
sales?
How much can that doesn't, can you reword that,
Yeah,
Deb?
can
Because
you
it doesn't
retype
make
that, Deb?
sense. And then we've got the big starter kit, which has got everything in it for £85. And then I love, as you go down on the website, it's got the rejoin as a new consultant. So do you know someone that used to be a Scentsy consultant more than 2 years ago? They can rejoin as a whole new consultant and literally start from fresh. And it doesn't matter if they were under you, me, Laura, somebody else in Scentsy, it does not matter. If you know them and you've got a relationship with them, they can re-sign up and get started under you as a brand new consultant today, which is very, very exciting. The £20 vouchers, they get free. Yeah, they get 3 of them. And I think the idea is it's almost splitting an active order into three £100 orders so that it has to be done on the PWS. I'm just going to say, by the way, I only know this because my latest new teamie, Danielle, has smashed it with
How much
these.
can they earn in sales if they join with the £9 Smart Start? They can earn
Thousands.
whatever they want. It's exactly the same. If you don't mean about the vouchers, Deb, the opportunity when you join, regardless of which kit you join with, is exactly the same. It's just whatever you get, what tools you get when you first start. So they can earn
Yeah.
millions
And
if they want.
if you're thinking about the vouchers, you're basically, they've got to spend £100 on the PWS to get the £20 off. So they will get 3 codes when they join, and there's just a coupon code now on checkout, and they just add that in. So for example, if I know that when Danielle, my new teamie, signed up, she had a customer that was going to shop on her website and spend over £100. So she gave that customer a £20 off voucher, which was a brilliant incentive for her to sign up. And then what was even better, that customer also, I think they also got a £12 off voucher as well because of the £12 off that you get. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's so many perks to signing up now. And the vouchers are a really good tool for your really big spenders. Think about your customers that are like right now going to you, oh my God, I really love that marble warmer that's over £100. Well, why don't we sign you up with a consultant account and you can get £20 off it today? A whole nother way where you can think about signing people up in a whole different ball game, and they're going to get 20% back in commission on that particular warmer. And when you think about, that's how I've worded it to my customers. This is how I'm like thinking of getting customers on board. Now, obviously, I want them to be consultants, but some people start this way. How many of you signed up and you thought you were just going to sign up for and get some freebies? You didn't think that you were going to have a business.
Me. So many people. But what I just wanted to reference Katie Lester, who did an amazing, it was Katie Lester, that's my brain's, yeah, it was, sorry, I just thought I'd said the wrong name then. Who did an amazing talk last night on her personal profile, which Lisa has shared and I have shared. And she said this line in last night, and I was like, that is just solid gold, right? We're a little bit reluctant sometimes when we first share the opportunity that we don't want to overwhelm people, we don't want to put pressure on people, and that's totally okay because it means we're nice human beings. But also, don't be scared to tell people that actually you can earn real money with this. Like, if you do a little, you will earn a little. If you do a lot, you will earn a lot. It is like any business in the world. If you had a job, you turned up and did the minimum, you're going to get the bare minimum. But with this business, if you treat it as a bit of a hobby, you do a little bit every now and again, you're going to earn a little bit every now and again. If you absolutely go hell for leather and go all in on this business, you can earn a lot of money. Like, that is just the reality with it. So also, if somebody comes to you and they're passionate and they're excited and they do want to go all in, don't be scared to talk to them and tell them that that is possible as well. Because I do think sometimes we're a little bit tentative about telling people the real potential with this. So just read the room with the people that you're talking with, but also don't like dumb it down. That's the wrong sentence, but do you know what I mean? Don't be scared to tell them that, yeah, this is a real business and you absolutely can build a business.
Yeah. And this is like something we want you to be brave to go out there and ask people. Keep the asking really, really simple, guys. Keep it to, have you ever considered joining? It's my favorite line. I love it. I asked somebody today and she emailed me back. She said, oh, thanks so much for your email, Lisa. Basically, she had clicked on my join email that I'd sent out, clicked on the link and had a look. So I emailed her and I said, hey, Louise, I hope you're well. Like, I see you was possibly interested in joining Scentsy. Did you want any information? And she come back and said, oh, thanks so much for asking. I've just given up selling Avon at the moment because my husband and I are actually going in my motorhome and we're going to be traveling around. So she said, it's not something I'm looking at right now. Well, obviously, I went back to her and said, well, you could just have a website and people just order on your website and then you're not tied to anything. But, I haven't actually opened my emails to see if she's emailed back yet on that. But it was a really simple question that was very much like, have you ever considered it? And as your customer base grows, as your customer base gets bigger, you can start to ask people, well, even right now, however small your customer base is, but you should be constantly looking for new customers all the time. all the time so that you can ask them if they want to join.
So there's two things I just want to mention. I want to reference what Nikki's just put in the comments. But I just wanted to give you another example of offering the opportunity. Very similar to like Lisa just said, without being pushy. So just tonight I put up a join post. Somebody had liked that join post. I reached out to her on my Instagram. I thanked her for the interaction. I said, like, thank you like for liking my post. It's always appreciated. Is it something that you've ever considered? I know she used to sell FM. I don't think she's selling FM anymore. I'm not being pushy. I'm simply asking her a question. Nikki, I just wanted to reference this. I've had people join, but then they decided they didn't want to do that anymore, so I don't ask. Hand on my heart, if I had £1 for every single person that had joined Scentsy and never did anything, I would be a multimillionaire and I wouldn't be sitting here right now. No, I would still be sitting here doing this. But what I'm saying is, you cannot let people not working stop you from asking. Like, sincerely. Like, and I know Lisa can vouch for that.
Yeah, I honestly, I would say all those people that did join, I would be definitely going back to them and making sure they're customers. That's the first thing.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
second thing is I would just keep asking people because
yeah,
honestly, if that's your mentality, you're just gonna have to have a thicker skin to it
yeah,
because I could show you my reporting right now, and
yeah,
out of 700 people, 600 of those are on zero right now.
genuinely.
And half of those probably won't even put in any PRV and probably haven't put in any PRV for the best part of 6 months. So it happens. I had a lady sign up last month. She was really excited. We had a wonderful call. And then she messaged me 2 weeks later to say, Lisa, I'm really sorry. This just isn't for me. It happens. And she goes back, she becomes a customer again. And I ask the next person. And that genuinely, you will get people that sign up that don't decide they don't want to do it. You will get people that sign up and then ghost you. You will get people that sign up and maybe put in an order once every couple of months. Will get people that sign up and maybe just get active each month, and they're quite happy with just they're getting active and getting their free wax. You might sign up. You might have someone sign up though, and they put in £3,000 worth of orders, and then they promote and they build a team. You just don't know what each person is going to bring. And I would say if you've had that bad experience and it's put you off, my answer to that would be don't sign anybody up until they've got orders to go in. So
Yeah.
start them as a consultant first, try before you buy, get them started, get them an active order or get them £100 in orders so that you've got something to put on the system as soon as they start and you won't feel like a failure.
And another way to like flip it around and think about it is it's actually nothing to do with you why they're not working, like nothing to do with you. And I don't mean that in a ego that is that like our egos get a bit harmed by that, and we're human, but it's everyone's got their own things going on. It's no reflection on you if they don't work. Like no exaggeration, probably 70% of the people that I have sponsored never like don't work or haven't done anything. So we can't worry about things like that. We can't worry about that. So it is hard. It is hard at first, but you have to remember it's got absolutely nothing to do with you. It's about them, and you just keep asking. So it's the same thing. It's a skill set. It's this business. It's a bit like if every single person that joins the gym, for example, doesn't turn into an athlete straight away, but the people that are consistent and stick at it, they progress and then move forward. It's exactly the same thing in a network marketing business. It is hard at first, but it's a skill set that you can work on. And the more you do it, it's like building a muscle, and you do it again and again and again and again and again. And then 9 years, 8 years, 10 years down the line, you don't even think about it anymore. So we're totally understand that it is challenging, but you need to just brush it off, take it as a lesson, and move on to the next.
Do you know what, Nikki? I honestly, I feel like we get it, and I think just it is hard not to take it personal, especially when it's someone that you personally think would be absolutely amazing at it. Like you feel like I'm giving you like this amazing opportunity, but you've got to also remember not everyone sees it through our eyes. However, and if you can learn to go for that no and actually celebrate every no that you get because
Yeah.
you've stepped over like a big hurdle and have the confidence in yourself that it's not a you problem. It's not a you problem.
No.
And also some of those people that you might say no now, they might not say no in a year's time. I mean, how many of you guys was asked that joined up first time I bet there weren't that many because honestly, I'm an anomaly. I didn't even get asked. But
You didn't.
I genuinely like some of you guys, you might have said no for 2 years. So hold on a minute. If you said no for 2 years, you can't then be like, oh, someone said no to me. I'm not going to ask anybody else ever again. And you personally said no to somebody like for 6 months or 2 years, you've got to think of it from that perspective. It sometimes takes a little, just you got to find that
Keep going.
resilience. You've got to find that resilience. You can find
Yeah.
it. You can find it, and I promise you, it works.
I'm,
And I
I'm
love
gonna
it.
just read out Ray Ray's comment. Does the McDonald's drive-through man give a flying F you say no to supersizing your meal? Absolutely not. Channel your inner Mackies, man. I love it.
And Ray, I hope you're taking your own advice too. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. She knew I was going to say that as well. So she
Just
keep doing it,
honestly,
guys.
just keep going. Just keep like Dory, just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
Yeah, just keep
Um,
swimming. Right, what are we
seriously, in
talking
my
about?
head, there was one other thing I was just gonna say, and it's gone out of my brain. Sorry. I actually can't remember.
It'll probably come back. So guys, hopefully this, I feel like we're giving you quite a lot. Honestly, hopefully you guys have got something to take away from tonight that you can think I could work on that, whether it's sponsoring, whether it's something for sales. Just some things to watch out for. We have got sessions that are being run globally, and you're going to have some that are going to be run in the UK by different leaders. If you are a lead consultant and above, on Wednesday night, tomorrow night, very busy this week. I'm a busy girl training. Wednesday night, myself and Laura and Joanne Davidson and Lindsay McCullum are going to be doing a leaders training. So if you are not a lead consultant, this is like a little carrot for you to get to lead consultant so you can get invited to these calls. An email will be going out to my guys tonight. If you've not got the email for whatever reason, just
Yeah,
message me.
I'll be sending it again. I had intended to do it, but I've been a bit
And
out and about.
then finally on
Thursday.
Thursday, we've got Leaders Lab happening. And then keep your eyes peeled for the end of the month. Hopefully, we just need to sort out dates. But the end of the month, we are going to be redoing Dream Team Method again with a new twist. It's going to be called something new. And we are going to be doing it alongside some of our global friends in America as well. So lots happening this month. And that's going to be like a massive focus on sponsoring. So stay with us. The numbers have been absolutely phenomenal tonight. And so many of you have stuck with us as well, which has been incredible. So we are very grateful for all of your time.
Yeah, we are. And honestly, there is a real I've totally just noticed we've gone past 9 o'clock and it's kept going. That's amazing. There's a real energy, a real like ripple, a real momentum building at the moment. And I know we've both referenced it within our own superstar director groups, but not just even in comparison to like last year and doing like year on year, but like month on month, the impacts that you've all had within our groups, but also across Scentsy, with all the effort and all the sharing and the sponsoring and getting more teamies active and all the things, like we see it all, and we're really, really proud of you all. So showing up for yourself and showing up for Scentsy, like Scentsy see it as well. So you should all just be very, very proud of yourselves.
Very, very proud. We
Right,
love it.
We will love you and leave you. Thank you so much. I will share the recording of this tomorrow morning. But yeah, let's go. I sound like I'm in Star Wars or something. If is it go forth and be amazing? I don't know. I'm trying to think of some like quote to finish off, but I think my brain's gone to sleep. But just think, go forth and be fabulous. There you go.
Definitely. All right.
Right. Okay. Right. Speak to you all soon, guys, and I will share the recording tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.